conservation biology major. Getting to Belize, it was just amazing, the whole experience. Everything was just so eye-catching because you never really see things like that in this country. So seeing coral reefs and everything, just different sites of coral reefs was really cool. Something I learned that was really like eye-catching was going to ACE's school there. We got to check out the different grades, and it was really cool and rewarding experience because you never really get to see like how schools operate in a different country, and I thought that was a really cool experience.
I'm a biology major. It was like super awesome as a whole. I was so sad to have to leave. One of my favorite parts was just getting to be on the boat for like hours out of the day, almost every day. Eric had asked us beforehand what we were most excited to see in the water, and I had said a great angelfish. And I think the first day, like almost as soon as I had gotten into the water, I saw a great angelfish.
I am a kinese and health science major. The actual trip was really, really great. We flew a lot, we drove a lot, we swam a lot, we did a lot of different things. And it was just overall just a really great experience. Something I have never experienced in my life. It was really pretty. It was like raining and sunny at the same time, and there was just huge temples, and it was super cool to see. It was really cool to see that like coral reefs, especially the one around San Pedro, they like blocked waves so that organismal life and everything was just like hovering right behind it. I thought that was really cool to see. And identifying the organisms, the different types of fish, that was super cool to see. And taking it from the classroom where like you can see pictures and it's like, okay, it's a picture of a turtle or whatever. And then actually seeing the animal in real life, that was super cool.
Seeing the coral and all of the live fish, seeing it in like pictures and videos and things like that is definitely not the same as like seeing it with your own eyes and being able to touch them yourself. I was very ecstatic to see the nurse sharks because I did my PowerPoint regarding it, so I was very excited to have actually seen one and like actually touch one and get the feeling of what they feel like and the difference between the male and the female. It was an amazing experience for me. I would definitely have to agree with Will. I wish I would have brought a waterproof book bag.
I think my favorite part was seeing the clear blue waters. I've never seen waters that clear. I'm used to the waters off the Atlantic, which of course not very clear at all. It's also interesting to see all the dead corals compared to what I had seen in a lot of photos prior to going down. Eric even had a comparison photo side by side at one point of corals from before and after, but also seeing the wildlife, a lot of species I've never seen before.
My name is Miliana. I'm majoring in biology, future marine biologist, but yeah. I have like a small fear of the water, but I was able to go in a few times and experience the sea life. It was so fun. The people there were nice, and it was actually like a really interesting community. Everywhere you walk, all you see is people traveling by golf cart. So it was just like super interesting versus our life here. Actually, the one thing that was like very interesting to me that I learned was about like how they have certain coral reefs that are protected. It's like an eye-opener for me. My inner child was just happy. When we were snorkeling, I saw a southern stingray like just swimming, and I saw a lot of the fishes and stuff like that, and I was just like, oh my god, this is life. So just a lot of stuff made me realize how grateful I am to be here.
My name is Eric Simon. I'm a professor in the Department of Biology and Health Science, and this is my 22nd year at New England College. And one of the best parts of my job is that I get to teach courses like tropical marine biology with a trip to Belize. I've been running this course at NEC for about 15 years. I brought students to Belize about 10 times. I started this program because I had heard that Belize was a wonderful place to bring students, and I fell in love with it the first time I went. It has absolutely incredible biodiversity, both on the Mesoamerican Reef and also inland in the rainforest, and the Mayan culture that the students can participate in. It's a wonderful place to bring students. Snorkeling with sharks and rays never gets old. But what really excites me the most is, inspiring the students, seeing how excited they are. We had some students who didn't have a passport, who had never been on a plane, who had never left the country, and to bring them to a place like Belize can be life-changing for these students. And so the enthusiasm that the students bring and the joy that they have and the genuine gratitude that they feel for the opportunities that they have, the students just embrace the experience. They want to try everything and see everything while they're down there. And it's why I love teaching at New England College, and it's why I love being a college professor, is this sort of infectious enthusiasm of youth. And I feel privileged to be able to create these opportunities that bring it out in these students with such a passion. Being a professor is that you affect a lot of people a little bit, and you affect a few people a whole lot. And this is one of these courses, one of these opportunities that really has, at some points changed students' lives, and something that they'll never forget. And so I'm really grateful to NEC for creating these opportunities for our students.
My name is Jeff Cook. I'm a professor in the Department of Biology and Health Science. I've been here for about 8 years now. I knew probably 85% of the students that were in the class before we started. So there was already an immediate level of comfort and trust and familiarity. So that made it quite easy. And the students who I had not met before, because this class in particular is open to non-majors. So it's not just biology majors that can take it. It's open to everybody in the entire college. So we had students from the Department of Business, Management, students that were criminal justice majors, students that were psychology majors. And that's an element that I really love about the kind of liberal arts and science aspect of running a class like this, is you get so many different perspectives from students, people that can see the ocean and see it, so they can see the same thing, but see it in a totally different way. And to be able to try to foster and cultivate an environment where everybody feels comfortable being able to safely express that is just a privilege, because then we get to explore so many different nuances of what, for example, in this trip, what the ocean means, how do different people value not only what they're interacting with, what they're studying, but the experience of traveling itself as well. So in many respects, I feel like I learn as much from the students as hopefully they do from Eric and I, almost sort of teetering on a true mentorship in that way. I was fortunate enough to be able to be maybe part of what would inevitably become a core memory that they'll carry with them for the rest of their life. And even though I'm tangential to it, the ability to create an opportunity for them to create that memory is something I really value. And it's not just with this class, but with all the students that we work with at NEC.
I like the professors here. It's very hands-on here, especially in the science building, and the professors are right with you to help you every step of the way. I transferred here and I didn't really have that experience in my previous school, so I'm very fortunate to be here and get that kind of learning experience. Any opportunity that comes your way on your path here, I would take it.
I went to NEC my freshman year in 2019, and then I transferred out after that to a fairly large school, I think a school that had over 20,000 students. And then obviously I ended up coming back to NEC. I did get to experience, unfortunately, those classes that had 120 students. And I had professors that didn't even know my name or didn't have enough office hour time to go over things that I was struggling with. So I think the especially nice thing about NEC and the biology program in particular, because that's really all that I have experience with, is from freshman year on, I have the same professors every year. I think I've had Jeff at least once a year every year that I've been at NEC. So having that, I've gone through this whole thing with him, and now we're besties. So that's been really nice, is having the same people. Similarly, you go through the program with the same classmates.
Professors, I can't understate how they make it really comfortable and really accessible to get your work done, ask questions, and the classroom size is not it's not super small where you think that you're the only person there, but it's not big enough where you feel like you're just a number. You're sort of just in the middle, and you can ask them questions and they'll stop and answer it. And they always have office hours, and a lot of them, which is really nice. Especially for me, I'm a student athlete, so it was difficult for me to find hours, but they were able to make hours for me too.
In terms of what I liked about NEC, I would say probably the small class sizes. Granted, I've never experienced kind of the classic auditorium, 100+ students type of thing, but I don't think I would like that. I definitely enjoyed the smaller class sizes, very similar to what I had in kind of high school, where kind of what's was it Vinny earlier saying it? You don't feel like you're the only person in the room, but you're also, it's small enough that you can still get help. I think they call it non-traditional student. I graduated high school. The only thing I knew was I didn't want to go to college. So I worked for 4 years, then went back to school. I know not a lot of students do that, but if you are thinking about going back to school, I would say don't hesitate to do that if that's something you know you want to do. It is doable. And NEC seems like an alright place to do it. I've met other students similar age as me. There was one student I had in a class who was in his mid to late 30s, who was also going back to school.
I feel like for me, NEC made itself feel like home for me because I am pretty far from home. So for me, feeling comfortable while being here was the biggest aspect on what made me pick NEC. And obviously with a lot of the people here that I work with and things like that, they were my biggest support system whenever I had my hard times and things like that. So I'm very thankful to actually have came to NEC and had experienced everything that I have with the professors and the students and my friends and things like that. So I wouldn't change anything for the world.
A lot of the professors in the biology program are, like I said, supportive. They're very resourceful. They will help you. The trip was just, they made sure that we were okay. They made sure we all stuck together. There definitely be days where you doubt yourself. There's enough support here that will help you and just make sure you use the resources, like we get free tutoring, we get free counseling. I love the community. I'm an RA. Every day I see them, they're always like, hi, Mary. Hi, Miss RA. And everybody's just very, very nice. Being here just actually changed me a lot, and I've learned a lot of lessons. NEC made me a better person.
Really get to know your professors. You'll get to have some wonderful opportunities. If you do come to NEC, I just encourage you to embrace all the possibilities that are laid out before you. It's a unique time in your life, and it's a wonderful time in your life, and NEC is a great place to spend it. One
of the beautiful things about NEC is the relationships that you do get to forge with students because of the small class size. All of the students that were on this trip, on this Zoom call, were on a first name basis. When I was in my undergrad, I was in that school where I was one of 600 students. Being able to ask a question in class meant writing down your question on a piece of paper, folding it into an airplane, and sailing that to the front of the class in hopes that it would make it. I just realized if I ever had the opportunity to be in this kind of position, I didn't want to do that in that kind of environment. It sort of takes in some respects, from my personal opinion, takes the humanity out of learning. And I think that learning and helping somebody to pursue their education is a very human experience. And I'd rather be closer involved with that than tangential to it. Find the opportunities and take the opportunities, even if they seem scary. That's totally normal, but don't let fear stand in the way of your dreams, and embrace the unknown, because sometimes it will turn into the most fantastic experience in memory that can push you, and maybe not push you, but lead you towards a path that you didn't even know existed. And there are multiple pathways in life, and they can lead to the same or the similar goal. And to not be afraid of, say, stepping back on a path that you're on and sidestepping and trying something new. You'll still wind up heading towards the goal that you maybe set out for yourself, but you'll get to have a more diversified experience in getting there. And those life experiences will carry forward with you.